Last time on We Might Know Sports.
If you ever want to watch us live and chime in and tell Steffan to shut up.
You shut up.
His ideas are far and few, but they tend to be hit out of the ballpark. Do we see a win by Cleveland in this series?
Like I was telling Stefan, obviously, if they're going to win, it has to be game 3. You can't go down 3-0. I don't know, though, what they can do differently other than what Stefan mentioned as far as really trying to slow the game down. And in game 2, they seemed to be really successful when they would give it to Kevin Love in the post. He was actually seemed to be able to score on whether it was Kevin Durant or Pachulia or anyone else. Draymond Green, he was doing well down there. So I would try to slow it down and give it to him a little more. Maybe facilitate through him. Kevin Love is a great passing big man. On the other end, I think all you can do is just pray Golden State doesn't hit all their threes. They're going to take them. Steph Curry can hit from 30 feet out. There's no stopping that. So I see them winning game 3, honestly, but I'm not confident in it.
I think you'll see LeBron come out with a mission in game 3. I think he's tried to take over the past 2 games, and he just, with that pace, he just doesn't have enough in the tank. He can't do it all. He has to have all 3 of them, him, Love, and Kyrie, which all 3 of them have not been contributing. It's usually, I think Kyrie hasn't really shown up for either of the 2 games. I mean, he's still put up decent numbers, but he hasn't shot that well, and he tries to do too much ISO, I think. Kevin Love's definitely showing up. He's played better than he has all year. But as far and the bench, their bench has absolutely been non-existent. They need to, and that's usually what the home court will do. Is your bench usually shows up at home, so that could make a big difference in that. I would give the edge to Cleveland in game 3, but I wouldn't count out Golden State. I think that it'll be a close game, and Cleveland's really going to have to push for this win.
I would add in, even besides the bench, their role players with Tristan and JR should play better at home, particularly JR Smith. He should be able to get going from 3, which would be a big help to them since they're definitely struggling to keep up 3-point range.
I think I saw a rumor, actually. I don't know if it was a rumor or if it was confirmed that they're talking about starting Shumpert instead of JR for next game.
I could see that. Shumpert has shot the ball better, and he's a better defender.
So we'll see if that makes a difference.
I think that's something that makes me so mad about like watching these games, how big they blow up LeBron James. And it was like, I was watching it just thinking, oh, okay, how great of a, because I kind of tuned out at that point because it was starting to become a blowout, and they mentioned how great of a pass it was before commercial break, and I saw the replay, and I'm like, I see that type of pass made by college players all the time. Like, it wasn't anything special. I don't know if you guys know what play I'm talking about, but I just feel like the announcers kind of blow up more about LeBron James.
I thought they blew that play up because in the same breath, they'll go out and say that Kevin Love is the greatest outlet passer in the whole league. And LeBron made that outlet pass. I mean, so how can no one else make that if the greatest outlet passer is on his team? So
yeah,
I agree with you on that one. Kevin, if they removed LeBron James from Cleveland and gave them Michael Jordan, would Cleveland win more games?
Yes. No. I think there's no real support for LeBron with Cleveland. I mean, Kevin Love, yeah, okay, but he's only so much when you're facing Seth Curry and Kevin Durant and Iguodala, and the list goes on. It feels like for Golden State, this Golden State team seems stacked, in my opinion, kind of like how Miami was a couple of years ago. And I feel like LeBron doesn't have the Dennis Rodman, the Scottie Pippen, the Steve Kerr that Michael Jordan did.
I've been saying Michael Jordan's better, so I was telling Steffan when Steph Curry beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1 to get an easy layup. Or LeBron James, excuse me, 1-on-1 to get an easy layup.
I was like, when the hell did this happen?
I think that would be
You didn't see that?
YouTube video.
I was like, holy shit, man.
I don't think Michael Jordan would have gotten burned like that. But he is also a smaller, more agile player, so there's something.
I did watch that replay of Seth Curry getting by LeBron, no problem. And there was no push-off this time.
No.
So it was all skill. So I'm about LeBron. I still think Jordan wins in a 1-on-1 in his heyday. I mean, do you guys root for the underdog? Is Nashville the underdog in this series?
I think they are because I don't think. I mean, how many times have you heard Nashville in the Stanley Cup? I mean, I know I've heard Pittsburgh in there before.
Sidney
So-
Crosby has Stanley Cups. I would definitely consider Nashville the underdog. They're unproven. And do I root for them? No. I like Sidney Crosby.
I root for them.
Know anyone else in the NHL?
Yeah, Malkin is on Pittsburgh. He's one of the better scorers in the league. And after that, no, I don't.
Are we going to have to get you a Pittsburgh jersey for next year?
Yeah. I used to like Mario Lemieux, so I follow Pittsburgh, and that's about it.
Yamir Yager and all them.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Yager came up on a previous podcast. He's still in the league, so you can cheer for that team. I mean, he's someone.
Yeah, a 46-year-old Yager.
Do you only cheer for Pittsburgh because Cincinnati doesn't have a hockey team?
No, because there's no team that's a Tiger.
Is that what the whole Cincinnati thing is about? Just because?
Yeah, we discussed this.
Why did we
The
discuss?
Predator is kind of like a tiger, isn't it?
We talked about how
The
each of
Sabres
us.
Tiger.
We talked about how each of us came to like our favorite teams, and I said I was 5 years old, and I just picked the team that looked like a tiger.
Oh, I know. Now I remember that. Yeah.
So you should be on Nashville Predators then, though. I mean, come on, it's like a tiger, as said.
My dad was a Penguins fan, and he likes hockey, and he was a St. Louis Blues fan too. So those are the two teams I pay attention to.
All right. So this week we've got the top 5 least athletic white athletes.
Oh boy.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Honorable mention goes to a one Kevin Burchell. He did not make the list though.
How dare you? How dare you?
You didn't make the list though, so you're good.
That's good.
But you're
There's
good.
still a chance that me or Steffan is on it.
Yeah, there you go. That's true. I survived.
All right, so number 5 is going to be probably one of the most famous gingers, non-athletic. Can you take a guess, Corey?
Canelo Alvarez?
No, he's athletic. What do you mean? Jesus.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, why would I put him on the list?
I don't know. I don't know about any gingers. Andy Dalton?
No. Do you want to take a guess, Corey or Kevin?
Alexi Lawless.
No. All right, you guys both are terrible.
Was you soccer?
We got a one Mr. Brian Scalabrine. Kevin doesn't know who that is.
No.
Corey
I
knows
know.
who that is.
Yes.
He's a good shooter, but outside of that, he's very non-athletic.
Oh, man.
He was
Brian,
about-
call us. 425-780-6355.
I'm still. I mean, I love gingers. All gingers. They all need love too. But you're just one of them, the least athletic ones out there. Number 4, Kevin will know this one. One tall, goofy Craig Forth.
How dare you? He scored the key basket to win the 2003 national championship. Or, excuse me, he had the key block.
He had the key block?
Yeah,
Did he?
at the end.
Oh, you don't consider Hakeem Warwick's block a key block?
That one, too.
Oh,
Was
but Craig Forth's block was more key
You're
than.
calling him unathletic, and I call you.
Because the guy was 7 foot. That's why he blocked the guy. What do you mean?
No, it was a fast
You
break.
don't have to jump. You don't have to jump when you're 7 foot. You've got a wingspan of
Yeah,
7'4".
you have to run.
Probably.
You have to run.
Okay, he was probably cherry picking down the other end.
Okay, well,
Anyways,
who's number one?
do you want to take a guess? Anybody? At the least athletic white athlete.
Of all time? Adam Morrison.
No,
Larry Bird.
no, he was very athletic.
Brad Miller,
Oh,
Brad Miller.
center for the Sacramento Kings. Scott Pollard.
No.
Bradley. What's his face? Bradley.
Sean Bradley.
Sean Bradley. No.
George Mearson.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
You're in the wrong sport right now.
Tom Brady.
Wrong sport.
Tom Brady's the wrong sport?
Wrong sport. Wrong sport.
Man.
Amir Yager.
Nope. Wrong sport.
Phil
It's
Mickelson?
not even a team sport. Oh, you're getting closer.
Right
getting
sport.
John Daly?
There it is.
This.
Jonathan
The
Daly.
only pick I agree with you.
I think we can all agree with number one.
The least athletic white athlete of all time. John Daly. Also probably the most intoxicated athlete of all time.
That's debatable.
Well, we could debate that one all you want.
David Wells is most
Oh,
intoxicated.
Ron Artest said he used to play liquor in the locker room during games. So
I think this list is missing Babe Ruth and David Wells. That's who I would put in.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing it's not your segment, because your segment would have sucked.
oh man. Shots fired.
I'm pretty sure the segment was definitely not your top five. So.
Yes, it is. This will probably go down as top 3 ever. We actually got a text, okay, for this top 5. So
We did. We actually
that is
did
the
get
first
feedback
time.
on this one.
All right.
So this one automatically goes up to
I
top.
didn't get a text.
This
They
one
didn't text this number. They texted you, so
I
it
know.
doesn't count.
By the way, text the text line,
425
not your own text line.
355. A website called theundefeated.com is going to be unveiling the 50 greatest black athletes in July. And I don't know where you got this from, Steffan, honestly, but it's amazing.
I saw it on ESPN, I think, or something.
It's voted by the people, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
it's by
voted
Survey Monkey.
by yes. And it will be unveiled next month, but they did unveil their top 10 that didn't make the top 50.
Yeah, and it already proved that the people are morons.
I knew Corey was not going to like this.
So
I already know which one Corey would put in the top 50.
before we get into those people, if you were, I'm going to surprise you both because I didn't put this in the notes. If you were to put your number one black athlete, who would you put?
Am I guessing who they picked or who would I pick?
Who would you pick?
Oh, so we're not guessing who they would, who is going to be number one. We're
You can
guessing.
do that too, but
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Okay.
Why don't we all guess who they picked first? Who do you think the people picked?
the people probably picked LeBron James, it looks like, according to this list.
You think so?
I don't know.
Did you see the criteria? Did you read it? The criteria is... Oh, come on. I did read it earlier. An athlete that exerts overall dominance, impact on society, and inspirational resonance. There was 200 athletes to choose from, and they came up with the top 50.
Wow.
So
I didn't read that part.
My
Thank you.
guess, if you were to pick that, would be Muhammad Ali will be number one as far as impact on society, inspirational resonance, and overall dominance. Not only would Muhammad Ali be number one, I think, on their list, he's definitely number one on mine. So
do you think that these other athletes were looked down upon because they fulfilled maybe the dominance part, but not the impact on society and inspiration part?
yeah, when we get to those 10 that are outside,
Right.
I'll talk a little bit about that.
So I'm going to say I think it's one of two people for number one. I think it's either Jordan or Muhammad Ali. I'm going to say I'll be possibly the odd man. I don't know who Kevin's going with, but I'm going to say Jordan.
I think
So, yeah, go ahead, Corey.
I was gonna say I think there's a good like 5 people that you could choose from. So I'm very curious who Kevin would pick.
Oh, it's outside the box. So after you said the Muhammad Ali, I definitely think that people will probably either pick him or Jordan. But honestly, my number one would be Jackie Robinson, and the fact that
He was in my top 5. My other one would be Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Because of his social impact in the Black Panther movement, all that. Obviously, we talked about Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, his breakthrough. I'll let you talk a little bit about him. And then my other one would be Jordan. So
I'm picking Jackie Robinson just for the fact that he had to put up with breaking that racial barrier and getting through to, dealing with players sliding in with cleats first and everything that came along with being that first black athlete. And I think that has changed the face of sports. And I think it took a lot of courage, and the fact that he had that courage to be that first player is just makes him number one in my books, at least.
I would agree.
I think another one would be that will be high on the list would be Jesse Owens. He was a track star in the Olympics. He was
but
how many? Was a time when Germany was that dominant. We know all about Germany back then.
Yeah.
And Jesse Owens had to go into Germany and compete in that Olympics. That was a big deal.
And he gave Hitler the middle finger, and
yeah. I could easily see some people voting him number one. I don't think he'll be the overall overwhelming favorite, but
I mean that's probably going to depend on who, like, what age group gets what these surveys are more geared towards.
Right, and like we said, judging by these 10 out that we'll be talking about, I think it's a age group that's closer to our generation.
Right.
Probably not our parents.
Yeah.
Our parents would say Muhammad Ali and Jesse Owens and Jim Brown. I think our generation would say Michael Jordan, maybe LeBron James, those type of people.
Right.
Although there is some interesting ones that are left off, so we'll see.
Well, how do you know they're left off?
Well, because they're in the 10 out.
Oh, all right. Well, fair point. So